manager Josh Gowling. What a fight back in that one.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have got to that, should it? Disappointed with the first half. Thought we got bullied in the first half, and we told the lads that at half time because it wasn't. I mean, 2 goals, 2 mistakes, weren't they really? So they didn't really give us any trouble apart from that. But I just thought the individual battles we lost. I thought we were deep. I thought we lost the battle in large parts of midfield. I don't think we had the ball up well enough. And then when the ball's coming in our box, we defended okay, but then it was the second phase. So that for me was very disappointing because that's not happened to us the whole of this season. And then to come today, look, it looked to me in the first half like they were a team trying to win the league and we had nothing to play for. But at the end of the day, that's not me. It's not what my teams should look like. We need good habits, and they were told that at half time, and obviously we've come out a lot better second half.
You talked about bullied there, but isn't that what the National League North is largely about?
Yeah, I know, but if you watch us this season, I know we're a young side, but we match any team. Running stats, we're always better than most teams. Individual duels, we're there or thereabouts. We get back in transition, we work hard, we press. For large spells of that first half, we didn't do that, and we got run over, to be honest. And I don't like saying it, but we got run over in the first half, and we just went missing a little bit, which I didn't like. And again, I know it's this time of the year, but I want to put on entertaining football for these guys here, and ladies, of course. So I want good habits.
So how important was it then for you to come out of the game with a 2-2 draw? The game that you've given fans something to think about when they've gone home.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing, isn't it? Last home game of the season, you want a bit of entertainment, and I think if we'd have gone home 2-0, there would have been a few boos at the end of the game, I'm sure. But look, the lads know my standards. They know what I need. They come in at half time, and they're having a go at each other because it does mean something to them. And we made the changes, and the changes made a massive difference to the game. I thought Miles was excellent, Harry come on, Dre come on, and I think they made a massive difference to the team, and especially the last 10 minutes. Ryan was excellent the last 10 minutes, but I want to see more of that for the 90 minutes rather than the last 10. And so there was, Toby was excellent for large portions of the game, and Ian was just solid as he was. So it was nice to see Skip get in the box and score a goal, wasn't it?
I was going to say, you haven't mentioned the skipper at all, and I thought he got forward, and they didn't really track him when he came forward.
No, I mean, we worked on getting Yaz in those midfield areas because he just won't get picked up, and it was nice to see that the training ground work paid off, and he scored a goal. But what I would say about the captain is, if you look at the last 10 games, I mean, he's been brilliant all season, but if you look at the last 10 games, he's really stood up and been a captain and been a leader and tried to push his team to that playoff place, and he's been absolutely phenomenal. And I'm pleased that he got a goal today because he deserves it.
Now, next week is Gateshead, champions. You're going to go there with, no pressure on you in that respect, so you can go. The players will look at this as a big challenge, I would have thought.
Yeah, we're going to play 10 at the back. I'm joking. No, look, they deserve it. I think they've been by far the best team in the league this season, and it's a testament to Brackley that they've took them that far because, Gateshead have been, outstanding. And I think out of the teams that are going up, I think they've got a realistic opportunity of staying up and maybe pushing on again. So, yeah, it is a free hit, I suppose, but, I want to win games of football, and like today, I'm not happy. It doesn't matter what we've got to play for. I expect good habits and a good performance. So that's what we're going to go there and look to do.
You move things around. Obviously, Miles Story was on the bench after starting. Same with Harry Pinchard. McLean back in. So you've got, I would think, with a week now to prepare for that and go at it full hammer and tongs.
Yeah, obviously Miles has been out for quite a long time, and then obviously playing 90 and then having a game 48 hours later. You don't want to risk another hammy injury. Harry needs to get fitter, so playing 90 minutes and then playing 9 minutes 48 hours later, he can't do that yet, and which is why we made some of the changes. So now they've got a break. I think that some of them are asking me for Thursday off. That's not going to happen. They're going to be in training. So and we'll go there last game of the season, and we'll give it everything we've got.
Overall assessment of the season here at Edgar Street. You're the manager. You're the man that takes the hits. You're the man that takes the criticism. You're the man that gets all the plaudits when it works.
Don't just say plaudits at the end, because I was thinking we're just getting bad every week.
What do you make reflections on the season here at Edgar Street?
We spoke at the start of the season about being better than we were last year, and I think we've done that. I think we've progressed since I've been here every year, and we've got better. But I want more. I want to win things. I want to be challenging for things. And now we've got to look at recruitment in the summer to probably bring in a bit more nous, a bit more experience, a bit more.
How early can that recruitment be? Because criticism of you, or as a club as a whole, is not getting signings in early enough. You only have to look at the start of this season.
That's not me. Look, we've got our targets, but we have to wait. Look, the reality is, you look at a lot of the teams, like the Yorks and teams like that. They can have an open checkbook and just go and do what they want. So they can go in and go to players and offer them double, triple their wages. We can't do that. So people need to understand that. So that means we have to be more diligent in the market. We have to be patient. We have to be shrewd, because the money really counts. We've got our targets. Obviously, we've created a new system for our targets, stats-wise. That I'm sure people will be like, what's he on about? But so we've created that, and so we've got our individual targets that we want to bring into the football club. So those negotiations and conversations have been happening, but the reality is playoffs are going on. The players we want to bring in are in there, or they're in the league above, or they're fighting for something, so they've got interest from other football clubs. So you kind of have to be patient at a time. So we've had the conversations. We spoke to the squad about who we're going to keep. So we're doing that all the time now, and now it's probably the next week or so we're going to obviously nail down our squad first, and then look at bringing some additions.
Thanks for your time.
No problem.
Are you quite positive about keeping the majority of the squad that you've got?
No. We'll keep a core of the squad. Obviously, the reality is what it is. I just think where we are at as a football club, we're going to have to rebuild every season. That's just the reality of who we are. So that will happen. I'd like to keep a core of the squad together, which we will do, and then we're going to have to bring in a portion of players again. So obviously we're waiting for, like what John said about, donations from the fans for the budget and all that stuff. We've got to wait for that. So that means you have to delay certain things with recruitment wise. But yeah, we'll try and get them turned up over the next week or so, and then obviously we'll be looking at players for next season, new faces coming in.
Why do you have to wait? Because you know what your budget is in essence.
Yeah, but if you want to improve the squad, you need more money, don't you?
Yes, agree. But that money isn't there. You can't rely on it at the moment.
No, so I have to wait, don't I? So the reality is we keep the core of the players together that we can. We've got money to bring in a certain amount of players, which we'll do. But then if we, I want to kick on. So in order for me to kick on, I need more money. That's the reality of it. So that portion is going to have to wait. What I don't want to do is get to start a pre-season and have 10 players. That's what I don't want to happen, and we've had that over the last couple of years. So ideally we keep a core of our lads together, add a few additions to it, so we've got 13, 14, 15 players, and then we can wait a little bit longer to see, because what you find is in the transfer market at times that players will wait because they think they're going to get something, and then midway through pre-season it'll be like, well, actually I'm not going to get anything, I'll sign that deal. So we have to wait for that. So if we've got a good core of 15 players through the door at start of pre-season, then we've got a good squad, and then we can wait for possibly another 5 and then kick on from that.
And what chance is there of a third training session?
Absolutely zero.
Why?
Pardon?
Why?
Because if you want another training session, you have to pay lads more money, and that's, if you was working extra at work, you'd want to get paid more, wouldn't you?
Wouldn't it be better to have 14 players than 15 and an extra training session?
Well, the budget wouldn't stretch to an extra training session for 14 players, so yeah.
What about Toby Raisin, for example? Is he in your plans for next season?
Well, I've had a chat with Toby and the rest of the lads. It's going to be, he's done okay, he's been in and out over his loan period, so we're going to sit down with them, him and some of the other lads, and discuss kind of their futures.
Just a couple of injury updates. Is he out injured, Ryan Lloyd?
Yeah, so the tackle he got at Spennymoor Way, he's got stitches in his ankle, and his ankle's massive. So he wanted to play today, but for him, I just think when you have that amount of swelling in your ankle, it's probably not the best idea to be running around. So he'll be back ready for Saturday.
And Christian Pearce?
Christian, he's been in hospital, so I don't know if it's a virus or whatever it is, but he's not been well. So he's obviously he's been away. He's been monitored. He's at home resting. So yeah, he's not available for today.
Are there any sort of players that are sort of key to your squad that you're not expecting to be here next season?
That's a kind of a nice way. He's trying to weasel his way in to give me. Hey, we'll see. We're speaking to players all the time. Obviously, the obvious one I know you're going to say is probably Toey. He's got a lot of interest, and we want to keep him here. He's been an unbelievable servant to the football club. And we will do everything to try and keep him. But when he's got 16 goals, whatever he's got, and the assist he's got, he's going to have interest. So, and to be honest, if he does go, I hope he goes to a football league club or a team like that, because he deserves it. Because of the servant he's been at this football club, he's given me 3 seasons of his career, and I really appreciate his loyalty. because he could have went last year and he stuck with us and he's improved this year and he's improved himself as a player, and he's a lot better player than he was 2-3 seasons ago. So I hope to keep him, but if he doesn't go, then I think he'll get a good handshake and a good hug from me.